What's going on, everybody? It's the FF Mediators. I'm joined by Coach. My name's Matt. Today we're going to do a heat check on Kyle Pitts, tight end for the Atlanta Falcons, who's put together 4 straight games of double-digit points. He's kind of going to be a hot topic for whether you should be buying, selling, or holding for your fantasy rosters or dynasty ownership. So, Coach, how are you feeling about Kyle Pitts?
Look, Kyle Pitts has played incredibly well the last few weeks. Kyle Pitts is eighth in tight end targets, I believe, on the season. I believe that's a product of Kirk Cousins and how well Kirk Cousins has played. Not just that, how much Kirk Cousins has thrown the ball. He has like 185 completions, something like that. I am a big believer in that we need to sell high on Kyle Pitts right now. Like, I think now is the time. Kyle Pitts will get more return now than he's going to get later on. I think you can possibly get a something like a Ferguson and a second for Kyle Pitts in Dynasty. If I'm in redraft, I might even look at selling Kyle Pitts for Mark Andrews and a plus, something coming back like that for me. What are you thinking, Matt?
I mean, there's definitely a lot of recency bias with Kyle Pitts. I mean, like I said, 4 straight games, double-digit points, so you can chase that. I do think there's some merit to it. I know you've kind of been a critic of Kyle Pitts over the years, and frankly, he hasn't really done anything to amount to the tier, the value that we've assigned to him when he first came into the league. It's been a lot of disappointment, but this season he's played well. He's tied in 7 on the year. You mentioned that he's 8th in targets on the season among tight ends. We will note that this is prior to the finish of this week, so those are subject to change. But he's also 8th in receptions. He's 2nd in plays of 20 or more yards. He's 7th in yards per reception. He's 3rd in yards. So when he catches the ball, he tends to be making bigger plays more than most other tight ends. So that's where we see that athleticism that he had at Florida kind of come into play in the NFL. I would agree that if you could get someone to overpay, I would be looking to tier up or down. Just kind of depends on the pick or the player that was involved. I mean, you've got several other tight ends who've kind of come to ascension, like Tucker Kraft. I think there's a world where you could move down from Pitts to Tucker Kraft and net something. Now, it's going to be tough after the day you had today, but I would be fine with that. But if it's not going to be a tight end coming back my way, I'm probably not moving Kyle Pitts because he's still so young. I mean, he's only 24 years old. It's his 3rd year in the NFL, so he's still growing, still getting more comfortable in the offense. And he's got Kirk Cousins, who, like you said, is slinging the ball.
Yeah, I mean, today is the day to move Kyle Pitts if you want to move him. I mean, he went off today. I mean, he looks the part. There are times when he looks like the best tight end in the NFL, and there are times where he looks lost. He's tied for 3rd on the team in targets. Him and Ray McLeod, I believe, have the same number of targets. But the Falcons are throwing the heck out of the ball. I mean, the ball is in the air constantly, and Kirk Cousins is playing out of his mind. I just think right now is a great time to tear down off of Kyle Pitts if you can.
Yeah, I mean, he's tied in 5 over on Keep Trade Cut, so I think you could use that to your advantage. I'd probably put him around somewhere tied in 5, but I would definitely be open to, like I said, moving down to someone like Tucker Kraft. You mentioned Mark Andrews earlier, who I think would be an interesting player to go get. But if I'm in a dynasty league and I need a tight end, I would be thinking about buying him because he might be reaching that value that we thought he was going to have before.
I could see that. I mean, that makes sense to me. I mean, the tight end market has been extremely volatile. I mean, look at Laporta this year. Everybody was so high on him, and now he's like tight end 15 or something, somewhere around in there. So, like, I mean, it has been volatile, and Pitts is playing really well. I mean, you can certainly buy the age, but now I think it's a time where you can use his youth to get something along with him. You know what I mean? That's just how I'm thinking.
Yeah, hey, I can't blame you. I mean, the only thing we will add, or I will add, is if you are playing in some sort of tight end premium league, does that change anything for your analysis, coach? Whether you're getting a point 0.5 or a 0.75 bump per catch for tight ends?
I mean, yeah, possibly. I mean, he's still eighth in targets, so there are guys you could lean to around him. For instance, like it still surprises me a little bit that Dalton Kincaid has more targets than him and Zach Ertz. So I mean, a tight end premium does matter in that, but there's 12 guys in there between 36 and 65. So, all those are kind of the same.
All right. Well, I think for me, if it's a tight end premium and if it's anything more than a 0.5, I'm going to be holding and either buying because, like you said, he's involved. He's got the targets, and Atlanta's throwing the ball like crazy. So if there's one injury, then one would think that his volume could go up. So I might chase that volume if I'm in that situation. But unfortunately, I don't have too many shares of Kyle Pitts, so I don't really have a lot of opportunities here to deal with this problem. But with that being
Okay, so
said, I think
I've
that's
got a question for you, Matt.
okay.
I've got a question for you. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's rank these tight ends. Cade Otton, Kyle Pitts, and let's see here, Dalton Kincaid.
Rest of the season.
Yep, rest of the season. Who would you like to have the most?
I think I'm going to go with Pitts, Otton, Kincaid. That's the order I'm going to go. And I wouldn't have thought I'd even put Otton at 2 prior to this week. I wasn't sure what to make of it, but there is no denying that Otton's involvement in this offense in Tampa Bay has been insane.
Yeah, well, I think this season alone, like if it's redraft, I'm probably putting Otton first with the injuries. Those guys come back next season. That things change there for me. In Dynasty, Pitts would be first for me.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's interesting that you mentioned rest of the season with the injuries for Cade Otton. I mean, he's got 36 receptions and 51 targets. So, and I'm not sure if that's including this week, which he had another great day.
9 catches, I believe.
Yeah, that's great production out of the tight end, especially in an offense like you said that's just going to keep throwing the ball. So, but I think that's going to do it for us, Coach. He's holding or selling if he can. Me, I'm holding or I'm buying if I can. So, be sure to let us know down below what you're doing with Kyle Pitts. Please like the video, subscribe to the YouTube, follow us over on X at the FF Mediators, and catch us live every single Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern, answering your fantasy questions. Start, sit questions, buy, sell, hold questions, whatever you can think of. We are walking through your questions and answering those. But until then, we'll catch you next time.